Okay, good afternoon everyone. And how are you today? Oh, I'm fine too, thank you. And who is absent today? No one? Okay, great. And before we start our lesson today, we will open our lesson today with a prayer first, okay? And I will lead the prayer in a universal way. Okay, the prayer begin. Amen. And so today we are gonna learn about recount text, and I hope at the end of this lesson you are able to create your own recount text, and then you also understand about the genetic structure, language features, and the purpose of recount text. And for the activity today, the first activity, I will show you a video about recount text, and then second activity, I will explain about the genetic structure, language feature, and the purpose of recount text. And for the last activity, I will divide you into group consists of 3 people, and I will distribute some text for each group, and you will discuss about the text with your group. And then at the end of the discussion, I want 2 groups to present their work in front of the class. Okay, let's start the lesson.
Okay guys, like what I said before, for the first activity, I will show you a video about recount text. And for this video, I want you to pay attention because at the end of the video, I will ask you some questions related to the video. Okay? Please enjoy the video.
Okay everyone, do you like the video? And what the video is talking about? Yeah, it's talking about the vacation or a holiday, right? And anyone can mention the places that's showed in the video? Yeah, the places are beach, home, and bedroom. Okay, and do you know the purpose of the video? Yeah, the purpose of the video is to retell the past event of the writer, okay? And now everyone, I want to explain about the generic structure, language feature, and the purpose of the context.
Okay everyone, now what is recount text? Do you know what is it? Anyone? Yeah, that's correct. Recount text is a text that telling the reader about one story, action, or activity in the past time. Okay, and what about the purpose of recount text? Do you know? Yeah, the purpose of recount text is either to inform or to entertain the readers. Okay, and the generic structure. What are the generic structure of recount text? Yes, great. The generic structure of recount text are: first one is orientation. Orientation is to introducing the participant, place and time. Okay, and the second is events. Events is to describing series of events that happened in the past. And the last one is reorientation. Reorientation is a personal comment about the event or what happened in the end. Okay, let's move to the language feature, guys. Uh, Anyone can mention the language features of recount text? Yes, that's correct. In recount text, we are using simple past tense and then adverb of time such as yesterday, the day, before yesterday, last night, and etc. And then we also introducing personal participant like I, my, group, and etc. Okay, and then we also using the conjunctions such as then, before, after, and etc. And the last is we are using action verb like looked, went, changed, and etc. Okay, this is the example of the recount text. Let's read it together, guys. Okay, I spent my last summer in Seoul, South Korea. I went there by myself for a 4-day solo trip. On the first day, I was landed at the Incheon airport around 7 a.m. after a 6 hours long flight. Then I went to Seoul by train and checked into the hotel I already booked. I decided to take a rest for a while. At night, I went to Hongdae, a famous district in South Korea. I went to eat traditional Korean food and went around the neighborhood. On the next day, I went to the Gyeongbokgung Palace and National Museum. I also went to learn how to make kimchi and see the scenery of Seoul from Seoul Tower. I went back to the hotel at 10 p.m. and immediately went to sleep. On the third day, I went to the Korean Demilitarized Zone or DMZ. DMZ is a border barrier that divides South Korea and North Korea. I also went to Dora Observatory. From here, we can see how North Korea look like through binoculars. I spent fourth day walking around Myeongdong and buy some stuff and souvenirs for my family and friends. I went to the airport at 3 p.m. since my flight is at 5 p.m. I have a fantastic experience in South Korea, especially get to see directly how the Korean peninsula is. It's a great trip. Okay, let's go analyze the generic structure of this text. Okay, guys. And the first paragraph, what is it? Is it orientation, events, or reorientation? Yeah, the first paragraph is orientation. And for the second and third paragraph, what is it? Yeah, of course, this is an event. And the last paragraph is, yeah, that's correct. The last paragraph is reorientation.
Now I want you to make a group consist of 3 persons, and I will distribute a text for each group. And what I want you to do in your group is to analyze and classify the language feature and the generic structure of recount text, and also don't forget to answer the question sheet. Okay, now I will choose two groups to present their work in front of the class. Anyone wants to present their work in front of the class? Okay, group 2, please come in front.
Okay, we are from group 2. We want to present our answer. Okay, I will read the text. My last holiday. Last holiday, my students and I went to Yogyakarta. We stayed at Morrison Hotel, which is not a long way from Malioboro. On Friday, we went to the sanctuaries in Prambanan. There are three major sanctuaries: the Brahmana, the Shiva, and Vishnu sanctuaries. They are truly stunning. We went by just Brahmana and Shiva sanctuaries on the grounds that Vishnu sanctuary is being remodeled. On Saturday morning we went to Yogyakarta. We spent around 2 hours there. We were fortunate on the grounds that we were driven by a brilliant and amicable aide. At that point, we proceeded with our adventure to Borobudur. We touched base there at 4 p.m. and at 6 p.m. we heard the declaration that Borobudur entryway would be closed. In the evening, we left Yogyakarta by bus. And the generic structure are: the first paragraph is orientation, and the second paragraph is event, and the last is reorientation. Now I will answer the question. Number 1. The content above basically talks about, and the answer is A. The writer's trip to Yogyakarta. And number 2. The content is composed as, and the answer is A. Recount. Number 3. What is the purpose of the text? And the answer is also A. Tell past events. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you.
Okay, thank you group 2. And now group 2, please choose another group to present their work in front of the class. Okay, group 3, please come in front.
Okay, we are from group 3, sir. We want to present our answer. But before that, I'm going to read the text first. The title of the text is Unforgettable Experience. Here is my unforgettable experience. One day I joined a storytelling contest. Two of my friends and I had been chosen to take a part in the final round at the district level. I was very happy and eager to win the competition. For preparation, I had to memorize and understand the story well. My teacher guided and taught me pronunciation, facial expression, and gestures. One day before performing, my friends and I were busy to prepare the props and costumes for the competition. Thing that made me sad was my teacher rented the props and costumes for my friends but not for me. My two friends had beautiful costumes and luxurious props, although I just wore the simple ones. I performed my best to win the competition. The competition started. I got number 29 and my friends got number 5 and 10. I was nervous, but I showed my best performance on stage. Lots of people took photos and videos of me. And finally, anxiety was gone after I had finished performing. And then, the announcement came, which made three of us very uneasy. Luckily, I was chosen as the first winner. I went to the stage and all the judges congratulated me and gave a plaque, trophy and money. I was very happy. So the first question is, what is the writer's intention to write the text? Our answer is A, to tell his achievement. And the second question is, why did the writer feel sad before the competition? The answer is C. His teacher was not fair to him. And the last question is, from the text, it can be concluded that A. Practice makes performance go well. Okay, I think that's all from our group. Thank you.
Okay guys, any question about the context? No? Okay. Now I will ask you some question about recount text, okay? What is the definition of recount text? Yeah, that's correct. Recount text is a text that telling the reader about one story, action or activity in the past time, okay? And what are the generic structure of recount text? Yeah, that's correct. The generic structure are orientation, events, and reorientation. And what about the language feature? What are the language feature of recount text? Yeah, that's correct. The language features are simple past tense, adverb of time, conjunction, and introducing the personal participant, and also using action verb. Okay. And for the homework, I want you to make your own recount text, and you can submit it to me on the next meeting. And thank you for your participation, everyone. And before we go home, I will lead the prayer again, and I will lead in a universal way, okay? The prayer begin. Amen. Okay, goodbye everyone.